Most shoppers get trapped in the OLED versus QLED hype, and that's exactly how people waste thousands on the wrong TV. But the truth is simple. These two screens work completely differently, and only one will actually match your needs. In this video, I'll show you what really matters before you make a costly mistake. To understand which TV is right for you, we've got to start at the beginning. Here's how OLED and QLED actually work. The basics. How these two actually work. OLED is like having millions of tiny fireflies on your wall. Every pixel makes its own light. No backlight, no middleman, just pure, direct glow. When a pixel wants to be black, it simply turns off, gone. Poof! The result? True darkness. The kind of black that makes space movies look like, well, space. It's called self-emissive because every pixel is its own light source. No giant flashlight behind the screen. That means you get insane contrast, super thin panels, and that clean, cinematic look everyone drools over on showroom floors. Now, QLED is a different animal. Think of it as a supercharged flashlight shining through filters. You've got a bright backlight in the back, layers of crystals and quantum dots in the middle, and your image up front. Those quantum dots sound futuristic, but really, they're just microscopic color mixers. When hit with light, they glow in precise reds, greens, and blues. QLEDs rely on mini LED backlights split into zones. These zones can dim or brighten separately, kind of like spotlights at a concert. But no matter how many zones they add, light control is still shared, not pixel by pixel like OLED. So OLED equals millions of tiny lamps. QLED equals one big lamp divided into thousands of mini ones. Both look great. One's precision, one's power. Simple enough, right? But the real drama starts when we talk about what they do with darkness. And that's where OLED flexes hard. Contrast and darkness. OLED's cinematic flex. If OLED had a dating profile, it'd say, loves deep blacks, hates light bleed, turns off completely when ghosted. Here's why. When an OLED pixel turns off, it's off. Not dimmed, not kind of gray, it's nothing. Like turning off a light in a cave. That gives you infinite contrast. Blacks that swallow the room. Shadows that actually look like shadows, not dark fog. Picture this. A starry night sky on OLED looks like someone punched holes into pure void and sprinkled light through it. On QLED, that same sky, there's usually a faint glow around the stars, like your TV's holding a candle behind the screen, trying its best. That glow is called blooming. It's the uninvited halo at every high-contrast party. Because QLED lights up groups of pixels in zones, it can't isolate darkness perfectly. When one part shines bright, nearby zones can't stay completely dark. The result? That slightly cloudy effect around bright objects on black backgrounds. OLED doesn't have that problem. Every pixel minds its own business. That's why movie directors love it. What they color graded in the studio is exactly what you see at home. It's cinematic fidelity. But here's the trade-off. Perfection in the dark doesn't always mean domination in daylight. And that's where QLED storms back with the brightness crown. Brightness and daylight performance. QLED's daylight dominance. Now let's talk about QLED's signature move, brightness. If you've ever tried watching a dark movie on an OLED in a sunny living room, you've probably seen your own reflection instead of Batman. That's not OLED's fault. It's just not built to fight sunlight. The organic pixels have a brightness ceiling. Push them too far, and the TV protects itself by dimming the picture. That's called the automatic brightness limiter, aka mood killer. QLEDs, on the other hand, laugh in the face of sunlight. With their super bright mini LED backlights, some can blast past 2,000 nits. Translation, they can burn through daylight glare and still make explosions look like, well, explosions. That's why QLEDs shine in bright family rooms, open spaces, and Sunday football marathons with every curtain wide open. They've got anti-glare coatings too, so even your windows can't sabotage the picture. But it's not all sunshine and victory laps. The trade-off? That extra brightness can flatten black levels and wash out darker scenes. It's like someone turned your movie into a daytime talk show, bright, flat, and not exactly the mood you were going for. So OLED rules the dark, QLED rules the light. And choosing between them isn't about better or worse. It's about where and when you watch. But before then, quick question. Are you Team OLED or Team QLED? Let me know. Now, there's one myth that scared buyers away from OLED for years. Let's finally burn it down, pun intended. Burn-in discussion, fear, and reality. Let's talk about the internet's favorite OLED horror story. Burn-in. You've probably heard it. Don't buy OLED, it'll burn your logo into the screen forever. As if your TV's plotting revenge for watching CNN too long. Here's the truth. That fear comes from ancient history, back when plasma TVs ruled the earth and OLEDs were fragile toddlers. Today's OLEDs? They've toughened up. Modern panels have pixel-shifting tech, automatic refresh cycles, and smarter material chemistry that makes them far tougher. The pixels literally heal themselves when you're not watching. Could burn-in still happen? Sure, if you leave a static logo on 24/7 at full brightness for months. But if that's your viewing habit, maybe the problem isn't the TV, it's your news addiction. For normal humans who watch a mix of content, it's practically non-existent. Manufacturers like LG and Samsung even build safety nets, logo dimming, screensavers, and subtle pixel movement you'll never notice. It's all designed to prevent uneven wear before it starts. Real-world data backs this up, proving that modern OLEDs last tens of thousands of hours before showing any measurable degradation. Meanwhile, some budget QLEDs have their own durability quirks. Ever seen a cheap LED panel with uneven backlight spots or flashlight corners after a few years? That's not burn-in, but it's still burn-out. So let's stop pretending only one side has weaknesses. The bottom line is burn-in fear is mostly outdated. You're more likely to outgrow your TV than to burn it out. So, relax. Your OLED isn't secretly tattooing ESPN's logo on itself. Now, speaking of things that move fast, let's talk about gaming. Because when it comes to motion, OLED's got reflexes like caffeine, while QLED's still finishing its coffee. Motion and gaming performance, speed versus stamina. You ever watch a baseball game and the ball leaves the pitcher's hand, but by the time it reaches the plate, it looks like a blur? That's motion blur, your TV's way of saying, I can't keep up. But OLED fixes that. Its pixels turn on and off instantly. No waiting, no smearing, no what just happened. Every bit of motion looks clean and natural. When someone's running, they actually look like they're running, not melting into the background. Fast scenes stay crisp, so you finally stop blaming your eyes or your glasses. That's what instant response really means. Every tiny pixel reacts on its own, so nothing lags behind. When a golf ball sails across the screen or a car speeds by, it moves the way it should, quick and sharp, not like you're watching through frosted glass. Now, QLEDs aren't slow. The good ones handle movement just fine, but because they use a backlight, their pixels need a fraction of a second to adjust. It's a tiny difference. You might not notice it at first, but side by side, OLED just feels smoother. It's like the difference between a live concert and a recording. Both good, but one feels more immediate. Where QLED wins, though, is in stamina. Leave the TV on for the news, background shows, or those long Hallmark marathons, QLED won't wear out. No faint logos, no shadow images over time. It's the reliable workhorse that runs all day without a complaint. So here's the trade-off. OLED gives you speed and sharpness, the picture that reacts instantly. QLED gives you endurance and peace of mind, the picture that lasts through the endless reruns. Fast motion or long hours, which matters more in your home? And speaking of comfort, not everyone watches dead center on the couch. Let's talk about what happens when you're watching from the recliner off to the side. Viewing angles, OLED advantage. Let's get real for a second. Most people don't sit perfectly centered in front of the TV like showroom mannequins. You've got someone sprawled on the floor, another perched on the armrest, someone else halfway in the kitchen yelling, "Can you pause it?" That's real life. And this is where OLED quietly flexes again. Because every OLED pixel makes its own light, it doesn't care where you're sitting. From dead center or 60 degrees off to the side, the picture still looks sharp, the colors stay rich, and contrast doesn't fade. It's like every seat in your living room gets VIP access. No weird color shifts, no washed out brightness, no "why does it look blue from here" moments. Now try that on most QLEDs and things start to tilt, literally. Since they rely on backlights and filters, Those layers scatter light differently depending on your viewing angle. Sit too far off-center, and you'll see colors desaturate and blacks turn gray. It's not tragic, just mildly infuriating when you realize your expensive TV suddenly looks like a laptop screen from the side. Manufacturers have tried to fix this. High-end QLEDs add extra coating layers and viewing angle filters, and yes, it helps, but physics still wins. You can't cheat the way light passes through multiple layers without losing some of that pristine contrast. This isn't just about angles, it's about household harmony. With OLED, everyone gets the same picture. Grandma in the corner, kids playing on the rug, even your dog catching reflections. QLED's great if your setup is more structured, straight-on seating, bright lights, sports on Sunday. But if your living room looks like a casual chaos zone, OLED's your peacekeeper. So in family life, OLED's not just about picture quality, it's about democracy. Everyone sees the same thing, no matter where they're sitting or how they're slouching. Hold on though, understanding the tech is one thing, but wait till you see how brands twist that knowledge into limited time offers. Now, viewing angles are just one piece of the puzzle, because when it's time to pick an actual TV brand, model, or personality, that's where the real shopping chaos begins. And trust me, these brands have very different vibes. The major OLED players. Alright, so you've decided OLED's your flavor. Great choice. Welcome to the Cinema at Home Club. But before you start throwing cash at the first sleek screen you see, let's talk about the big three names running this game: LG, Sony, and Samsung. Same tech family, totally different personalities. First up, LG, C4, the balanced winner. Think of it as the overachiever who doesn't brag. It's got that classic OLED panel with incredible color, contrast, and now even higher brightness than before. Add in 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, up to 144 Hz refresh rate, and full Dolby Vision support, and you've got the TV that basically says, yeah, I can do everything. Whether you're gaming, streaming, or binging nature docs, this one just works. It's not flashy, it's reliable, refined, and priced fairly for a flagship. Then there's Sony's A95L, the premium artistic showpiece. This one isn't just a TV, it's a mood. Using a QD OLED panel, it prioritizes color accuracy and processing finesse over raw brightness. Sony's XR processor is like a film director in your TV, making every shot look deliberate. Shadows feel cinematic, faces look human, and motion is buttery smooth. It's pricey, yes, but if you care about watching movies exactly how the creators intended, this one's worth the splurge. Finally, the Samsung S95D, the bold personality in the room. Samsung's QD-OLED takes OLED's darkness and adds neon-level color pop and brightness. It's the one that says, subtlety? Never met her. Perfect for bright rooms, vibrant content, and gamers who love that hyper-saturated punch. It even has a matte anti-glare finish that keeps reflections in check, rare for OLEDs. The only caveat? Samsung still refuses to support Dolby Vision, but if you can live with HDR10 Plus instead, you're getting one of the most aggressively vivid OLEDs ever made. So, LG's the balanced all-rounder, Sony's the film school perfectionist, and Samsung's the confident show-off. 3 OLEDs, 3 vibes. Pick your personality, not just your panel. And trust me, you'll want to stick around, because the QLED lineup is where things get wild. The major QLED players. If OLEDs are the elegant film critics of the TV world, QLEDs are the everyday workhorses. Brighter, sturdier, and ready for whatever your living room throws at them. These are the screens made for houses with sunlight, grandkids, pets, and a front window that never heard of curtains. Let's look at the big names leading the charge. Samsung, Hisense, and TCL. Starting strong with Samsung's QN90D, the dependable family favorite. Think of it as the responsible parent of TVs. It's bright enough to handle daylight, durable enough for long hours, and smart enough to make even old cable channels look better than they should. Samsung's mini LED backlight delivers strong contrast and keeps that annoying halo glow under control. The anti-glare screen is excellent too, so you can actually watch a movie on a sunny afternoon without turning your living room into a cave. It's perfect for families, sports fans, and anyone whose movie night includes snacks, chatter, and a dog wandering in front of the screen. Then there's Hisense U8N, the budget powerhouse. Hisense basically looked around and said, "How bright can we make a TV without breaking the bank?" And they nailed it. The picture pops with serious brightness, plenty of dimming zones, and impressive contrast for the price. It's like that handy neighbor with the pickup truck, maybe not fancy, but always reliable and ready to help. Occasionally, the picture processing can stumble, especially in tricky dark scenes, but for the cost, it's hard to complain. Finally, TCL's QM8, the practical overachiever, bright, sharp, and surprisingly polished. It strikes the perfect balance between premium and affordable. TCL's mini LED system keeps dark scenes deep and highlights vibrant. It's great for everyday TV watchers who want top-shelf performance without top-shelf pricing. So quick recap, Samsung QN90D is the reliable family star. Hisense U8N is the budget winner. TCL QM8 is the smart choice for value seekers. 3 styles, 1 mission, great picture, no nonsense. We've met the heavy hitters, bright, bold, and ready for family life. But before you rush off to the store, let's slow down for a second. The best TV isn't the most expensive one. It's the one that fits your room and habits. Simplified buyer guidance. All right, time for the part that actually saves you money and sanity. You've heard the specs, the brands, the pros and cons. But here's the thing. Choosing between OLED and QLED isn't about chasing the best TV. It's about picking the right one for how and where you live. So, let's kill the confusion once and for all. Step 1. Check your room. If you mostly watch movies at night in a dim or fully dark space, OLED is your winner. It thrives in controlled lighting, delivering those cinematic blacks and deep contrasts that make movies feel like actual cinema. It's for the night owl, the binge watcher, the person who dims the lights just to see the glow of city lights on screen. But if your TV sits in a bright, open living room with sunlight crashing through the windows, QLED is your better match. Its high brightness and anti-glare filters are designed to fight reflections and stay visible even in full daylight. It's the TV that doesn't tap out when the sun comes up. Step 2. Think about how you use it. If you love movies and single-player games, where color accuracy, contrast, and mood matter, go OLED. If your life is more sports, family cartoons, and long YouTube sessions running all day, go QLED. It's built for endurance, not drama. Step 3. Be honest about your habits. Do you leave the news channel on for hours? QLED's your friend. Do you watch varied content in short bursts? OLED will serve you beautifully. So, quick recap. Dark rooms plus cinematic viewing. Choose OLED. Bright rooms plus family chaos. Choose QLED. Enjoy watching sports or fast action? OLED handles quick motion with ease. Prefer long viewing sessions like news or classic reruns? QLED's built to last. At the end of the day, there's no wrong choice. Just the wrong room for the right TV, and once you match your screen to your space, every movie, game, and rerun suddenly looks like it was made for you. But before you go running to the checkout, there's one last trap to dodge, the one the industry sets every year. It's called the next big thing. And spoiler, it's not always big, or even a thing. Critique of marketing cycles. Every year, TV companies roll out the same circus act, the next big thing. This season, it's Quantum Hyper HDR Pro Max Plus. Next year, it'll be AI-driven Neural Light Boost 9000. Buzzwords on steroids. It's not innovation, it's insecurity marketing. They're not selling better TVs, they're selling the fear that yours isn't good enough. The industry feeds on confusion. Instead of helping you understand what matters, like contrast, brightness, and viewing habits, they drown you in spec soup. Because if you're lost, you'll buy whatever sounds the most advanced. It's psychology, not progress. They'll warn you about burn-in risk, whisper about missing dynamic tone mapping, and insist your old TV can't display true cinematic color volume. Spoiler, it can. Most of these breakthroughs are microscopic tweaks wrapped in billion-dollar hype. Here's the truth. The TV you already own probably didn't suddenly turn bad. It just stopped being profitable. So the next time a brand screams revolution, remember, it's just another rotation on the treadmill. You don't need more acronyms. You need clarity. And that's what makes a smart buyer dangerous. You see through the noise, not because you bought the latest tech, but because you finally understand it. What's the most overhyped TV feature you've ever fallen for? Be honest, Quantum Hyper HDR 9000 got a few of us. Still, there's a way to play their game smartly. It's called being frugal, not cheap. And that difference? That's what separates the impulse buyers from the smart ones. The philosophy of frugality. First, let's clear something up. Frugal and cheap are not the same thing. Being cheap means buying whatever costs less right now. It's impulse-driven. It's thinking short-term. Cheap says, I saved $50, while quietly ignoring that the picture looks like it was filmed through a potato 6 months later. Being frugal, though, that's strategy. Frugality is about long-term value. It's knowing your needs, your environment, and spending once to get it right. The frugal buyer doesn't chase the lowest price, they chase the smartest fit. Buying a high-end QLED because your living room is bright isn't splurging. It's foresight. Choosing OLED for dark cinematic nights isn't luxury, it's precision. Frugality is confidence disguised as restraint. It's refusing to be manipulated by sales tags and limited-time banners. Because smart buyers don't just own tech, they understand it. And that understanding pays off every single time you hit play. So here's the truth. After all the glow, buzzwords, and brightness battles, neither OLED nor QLED wins. There's no universal champion, only the screen that fits you. If you crave that deep, cinematic black and want every frame to look like a film reel, go OLED. If your home is a sunlit battlefield full of kids, pets, and constant motion, go QLED. Simple, not sexy, not clickbait, just physics and preference. The real victory isn't in buying the best TV. It's not getting played by marketing. You now know what matters. Your room, your habits, your eyes, not the latest acronym stamped on a box. So before you spend another dime on ultra quantum nanocolor magic, remember, understanding your setup beats upgrading it every single time. And hey, if you want more tech talk without the sales pitch, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, stay sharp, and welcome to the rebellion of smart buyers. Because clarity isn't just for your screen, it's your new superpower. Oh, and since you're now officially a smart buyer, watch this next video, 8 cheap smart TVs that simply never break down. It's the perfect follow-up to this one, showing you which budget TVs actually earn their price tags. Because smart buying doesn't stop at OLEDs and QLEDs, it's about knowing when cheap still means quality.